All right, I am making this video because this is probably the only way that I know how to really get in touch with Supercell or give them my feedback in any way. The people that I'm in touch with, like in the Discord and whatnot, I get the feeling, and this is no disrespect to them, I get the feeling that they're like not the ones that are calling the shots, so to speak. So I don't know that this is, it feels like some of the stuff in Discord falls on deaf ears. So I don't know that that was the best place to really give feedback. I don't know that it really does anything. But I'll talk more about my communication with Supercell later on in the video, but I want to get into the good. We're going to split this up into 3 sections. The good, the bad, and then my aspiring relationship with Supercell. Maybe is a good way to title the third. The good. I really enjoy, and I think that most people would agree. There's going to be some that disagree, obviously, on every point that I make, but I really like the frequency with which these events happen, especially from a creator standpoint. After a month of nothing new being introduced into the game, it does get a little bit stale, and I would consider myself to be one of the more creative people on the platform in terms of coming up with armies and trying to do different things. And it's a struggle for me. After a month, I'm like, man, what do I even show off anymore? So these events are a really fresh, new take where I can try something new and show it off to everybody and come up with different ways to break the game. And I quite enjoy the frequency with which these events happen. I think your collaboration with WWE killed it. I never really watched WWE that much, but I see a ton of comments of people that got super excited as soon as this was announced, and they're really enjoying the event troops. Kane specifically, he's kind of an iconic character from WWE. I know that, obviously, even though I never watched. And the Undertaker skin with the Warden is really cool. I know people really like that aspect. And the Gold Rush event was really cool. The scenery, or the little decoration you get, is pretty sick, by the way. So you guys killed it there. I like and this is where I'll probably disagree with most. I like the frequency with which you're introducing the equipment and stuff into the game. New stuff is good for me. I like that. I'm a creator though, so I'm going to be the exception and not the rule there. So I think you guys killed it. This was a ton of fun. Basically all the feedback that I see for this event is good. Up there with like the Halloween mashup metal event or whatever you call that. I always get the names all mixed up. There's too many names in Clash of Clans. So yeah, good job. I think the event was a ton of fun. All of the event troops are fun. It's obvious that you guys put a ton of work into making these troops into WWE characters and making it as closely related to WWE as possible. So I think you guys crushed it. But let's go ahead and we'll start talking about maybe the negative feedback that I see from the community and how maybe we can avoid that in the future. Now, obviously, everybody knows it's impossible to make everybody happy, but I think there are a few things that we could change that would make a more positive change than negative in the future. One being, I see almost all negative feedback with the change being made to introducing the event troops into the latter portion of the April qualifiers. There are some neutral comments I see, but I don't know that I've seen one positive comment saying that that was a good idea. So I think probably for the future, I think it would make most people happy if we didn't include those. And then another thing where it's like, I think somewhat negative feedback, but then there's more people that are neutral for this one that don't really care that much, is the introduction of the event troops into CWL. And I don't think this one's super hard to avoid. We could just time the events to right when CWL ends and still have them run for the rest of the month, which gives people plenty of time to unlock all of the stuff. But CWL is a time of month where people like to try hard. What in the world is happening to my screen right now? It's like I just opened a shiny Pokemon card or something. What is happening? I've never seen that before. Anyway. So yeah, the CWL is a time of month where people like to take everything seriously, and I feel like they feel like they were cheated somehow this month with the introduction of CWL points, or it wasn't as legitimate maybe, because people are going to use what's the most broken to give their team the best shot at winning, right? Which is going to be these event troops. The Eaters were really good for the first, 3/4 of CWL, and then obviously people just spam disarmers for the last 2 days. So I would say that, and then the third is maybe refraining from changing the mechanics of how Legend League attacks work. And what I mean by that is the introduction to these army camps with the way that they are in Legend League, it changes the way some attacks are done quite drastically, to be honest. With Rocket and Fireball attacks, I can't put my Warden anywhere near the Kane or the Giant, because if they get free, he's going to follow them into the middle of the base and die. If I want to do any of these clone attacks, I have to really walk on eggshells anywhere that I'm trying to start this attack, and I can still get it to work because this one's not as affected as much as the Rocket Balloon Fireball attack, I think. but it still does change it quite a bit. If any of these troops draw the CC, the whole point of the attack kind of goes to waste. If I put my furnaces anywhere near the opposing event troops, they come and they just start wrecking my furnace, like the whole opening of this attack. So this one's maybe the most minor of all of the negative feedback. But that's pretty much it. And then let's get into maybe my aspiring relationship with Supercell. So again, I'm in communication with a couple of people, like from Discord and stuff, but again, I don't really know that they're the right people to be in contact with if I want to further my relationship with Supercell. I am largely clueless as to what exactly it is that I should be doing to get a creator code. You guys kind of have a list of things, but it's very subjective, and so it's kind of hard for me to know what progress I need to make, what my goals are. Again, I've talked to people, but I don't know that they're the ones that are like calling the shots, so to speak. So like from a creator standpoint, obviously I would love to have a creator code, right? But two, I would love to be involved in the process of helping you guys come up with some of the ideas. Not so much like an employee, but involved in the testing and stuff. I think if you guys read through any of my comments sections or anything, you'll see that the general feedback is that I am one of the more creative people when it comes to armies, and I can figure out how to abuse different mechanics of the games more so than almost anybody else. And I think that I have a lot to offer when it comes to ideas and feedback, when it comes to how the game works, especially when it comes to balance. I feel like balance is something that I could do maybe more with more authority than almost anybody else. I am obviously not the best player in the world, but I am extremely observant, and I understand how the game works at a level that's more so than anybody else almost. And I feel like I have a lot to offer in that sense. So if I don't know who I need to get in touch with to get involved in that kind of thing, but I would love to be a part of that process. Obviously, I don't think anybody could have anticipated the Super Yeti thing. That was kind of an accident. I don't think I'd have even found that. So maybe take all this with a grain of salt. But afterwards, obviously, the Yeti Mike clone bomb was pretty good. I don't think it was necessary that needed to be nerfed as much as it was. And I don't know if it's possible to have the housing space be like 1.5 instead of 2. I don't know if you can do half decimal places or anything like that. Because now it's just not good enough to ever use. So it felt like it was good enough to where it was a unique opener from the Royal Champion charge, but now it's just not good at all, really. I don't know. You can still make it work, but that doesn't mean you should, right? There's way better openings. And even this Fire My Clone thing, I really hope this doesn't get nerfed. It's risky, right? So it's hard to make this work consistently. And but anyway, I know there's a lot of talking in this video. I would love to get in touch with somebody from Supercell and work with them a little bit more closely in the future. Let's make it happen. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. You'll see a regular video with an army later on today. I wanted to get this off my chest because this is the only way, not even off my chest. I'm not complaining. I'm just offering my feedback because this is, again, the only way I know how to get a hold of Supercell. So that'll do it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.